Geez, I can't do an intro and produce all at the same time. It's tough for me.
Can't figure it out.
No,
I have a little ADHD going on now because the first time I was over there, I couldn't see that, and now I'm like, oh, what's going on over there? What's the buttons he's pushing?
Yeah, it's a little much to try to talk. I feel like and control everything. Caleb's not here tonight. He bailed on us. Said he had too much of a long day or something.
As if the rest of us didn't. Come on, kid.
Yeah. Yeah, serious.
Commitment.
Yeah.
Where's your priorities?
And then Calvin, he's working. I guess he's out of work now. He was working till 8.
Is he out of work?
He was supposed to work till 8.
I'm surprised they wouldn't go through the night.
I told Allie that I was thinking about riding over there to check out the snowmaking operation. But she said he was done working at 8, so. But we were supposed to start at 6:30, but
A little bit of a delay.
yeah. Seems like there's always something going on Friday night. We had our grandfather's birthday to go to today, so.
Birthday dinner.
Yep. Don't worry, Colin. I'm keeping track. I've missed 0. Good evening, Amy.
How many of you missed?
Me?
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Yeah. Out of
Caleb's
17.
at 2?
This is a second. This is Caleb's second.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm not that bad. Calvin's missed more than that.
Yeah. Calvin's kind of a snake, though, or an eel. Hard.
Well, he lives here. You can't get away with it. You're just
Card.
upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time, unless you're in Nashua.
Yeah, well, that's usually why I miss it. I've only missed one that I was here for.
The one that you premiered when it was you, Allie, and Caleb.
Oh, that was the second one.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, the one that time, I had just gotten off the phone with him, and I was like, why the hell isn't he down there? And then I was like, it took me a while to figure out it wasn't a live one. It was premiered and pre-recorded.
Yeah. Well, I think Curtis was here when we recorded it. He
I
just
got back late. Well, because we were over at my mom and dad's for dinner, and then we got back late, and Caleb was all fired up to talk about the drama, and I had no interest, so.
Yeah, I knew nothing about that. I still don't know a lot. I'm out of touch with stuff like that a little bit, so.
Yeah. You watch 1 or 2 YouTube videos, it comes around pretty quick. You can catch up on all the information.
Yeah, I can't. I'm a little too slow. We had all that, like, the Hawk Tua girl we were talking at Thanksgiving, and what did Jennifer say? She said something about the Talk Tua podcast.
Well, no, I thought.
Justin, yeah, my brother
Justin
said
and Eric
something
were
about the
talking about
Talk
it.
Tua podcast, and my dad goes, "Oh yeah, that's the Hawk Tua girl, right?" I was like, "Oh no, why does he know what that is?" Unironically,
Yeah, he knew who.
he's
Hawk
more in
Tua-
touch with the pop culture than I am.
Yeah, knows who Hawk Tua is.
Well, yeah, Amy, I'd like to teach somebody else how to do it so I didn't have to do it all the time. Tonight, I figured I had an idea that we could, because Cassidy's still kind of new around here. She doesn't really know Curtis and I's history with all of our vehicles we've had.
We were just saying on the way in here, not about specifically the vehicles, but he was like, "You want to drift out a little in the driveway?" He keeps doing that, and I have my mom cap on, and I'm like, "This is not fun for me."
Yeah, she didn't like it too much. She said to me, she was stalking my Instagram and looking back at some of our old pictures, and she said, "I'm glad I didn't know you then."
Well, when you were going through and you had the pictures, Caleb was talking about your old truck and the stickers that were on the back, panty dropper. Like, oh, thank God I did not meet him then.
Well,
Like the videos you see that people are like, oh, I wish we met sooner so we could have had more time together.
Yeah.
And then it shows like the pictures of like
The side by side.
Yeah. It's like that, but just show a picture of the back of his truck, and then like, yeah.
Do your
I'm glad we met when we did.
Do your accent. Tell me about muddin'.
Me? What?
She goes, I'm not a muddin' kind of guy.
I'm not. He says I'm from the South, so I'm from Massachusetts. So
Flatlander.
Are you actually from Massachusetts?
no,
Oh.
I'm from Southern New Hampshire,
Yeah.
so that's
Well,
Massachusetts
yeah.
as far as he's concerned.
I mean, I know where Nashua is. I didn't know if you didn't.
No,
live there
yeah, I
your
grew
whole
up
life.
in Southern New Hampshire my whole life, but he just says I'm a masshole
Well, I
because I'm
said
close enough.
I said that you. I said that when she moves here, she'll find out what a real winter is like.
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah.
I've never seen snow before.
I didn't
so.
say
Yeah.
I didn't say you'd never seen snow before. I said you'll find out what a real winter's like.
Well, probably.
You're already
and
getting a taste of it. We got 6 inches of snow out there. How much
Yeah.
snow do you have?
We only have 3.
How much snow is at your apartment?
Well, in Hooksett, there's 3, maybe ½ inch in Nashua.
Yeah.
Amy said that you need to go 4-wheeling, Cassidy.
Oh, hi, Aunt Amy. I didn't see you. Said hi to me, too. Hello. Oh, and by the way, let me make this public knowledge. Curtis told me, I said, oh, I'm glad I got Chex Mix. And Curtis said, well, last time she made it, there was a bag for you, too. It just never made it. He didn't even tell me. He goes, I thought I told you. Like, thanks. She's probably like, wow, can't even say thank you. Little did I never even knew it existed.
Well, it was in the car to make it down, and then by the time it made it to your apartment, I think
It's a long drive. He had an hour and a half to snack. And he thought,
I think I ate it,
clearly.
or I took it to work. I can't remember what happened, but
I just wanted to make that public knowledge.
So what do you think of that idea? Did you?
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, let's see it.
I feel like going over. We could just get a general reaction for some of the pictures and maybe we can go in depth. I don't know if there's any videos in this album or not. We could find some videos.
I feel like I would have added videos into it, but
I'm very much just a girl. I know nothing about trucks, cars, anything.
Well,
I'm just a girl, so.
this goes from 2013 to 2020.
is that when this was? 2013?
Yeah, we were. Well, maybe not. Maybe the date is wrong, but it's got to be because it's the first picture.
Let's see, is there a way to go full screen here?
Click on the. Oh yeah, there you go. Slideshow. Well, you're gonna slideshow through all the pictures.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, I think this one must be off on the year because this was.
What?
Oh, I don't know. You keep switching back and
No,
forth.
it's
so-
doing that on its own. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
It's not really. This isn't going to be a super well done listening podcast. Unfortunately, it's more of going to be a video podcast. But I think most people are going to watch videos anyway.
Well, it's on YouTube, so.
Yeah, the Chex Mix usually doesn't last more than a day. Amy said. Watch out for the snack mix. It doesn't last long.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's got your name on it. It's communal.
You know what? Well, I wasn't sure if you liked it or not, I think.
I did like it, yeah. I had it. She gave me a bag, and it made it to me this time. So.
Yeah, it was probably her first bag ever. She probably never even tried it.
Well,
and you ate the whole
I've tried
bag.
to get her to eat at Moose Mountain. She hasn't eaten any at Moose Mountain
You
before.
have not.
At least once.
You have not. Do
Once
not even.
Once
Now
before.
we're just telling lies. Let's look at the trucks. Okay, so whose truck is this? Is this the first
This
one?
so I pretty much all
All these
most
trucks
of
are
the
both of ours.
yeah, most of the trucks are communal trucks. So there's 2 of them here. You can't really see this one in the background, but
So we bought the black one basically because we thought it looked cool, and it ended up being a total pile of junk. It ran, but that was about
hardly ran.
it. Well, I thought it ran all right. But the battery was just always dead. We never bought a battery for it, so it was hard to
Yeah.
jumpstart it. If we bought a battery for it, we probably wouldn't have had any problem. And then so we realized it was basically junk and just looked cool, and then we bought the red one on the backside.
This was our first ever truck that we
Yeah,
owned.
yeah. This is probably better place to start when we first. That was the first truck that we bought together, and we were looking at multiple trucks. We each had 3,500, and we were looking at junk trucks to each have a junk truck, and then we decided, well, right now we both drive to the same place. We don't ever do anything separate, so we could pool our money and get
When is
something
this?
better.
What year is this?
Let's see.
I think this was probably 2014, maybe.
I don't know why there's no option for details here.
Basically, the questions were: are you buying these now that you're licensed drivers,
2014.
or were you buying them like before you had licenses? And
We
Yeah.
had our license here.
Yeah. This was when we had just got our license.
Yeah.
Yep. May 23rd, 2014.
And we probably got our license April, maybe, after our birthday.
so, at what
Yeah.
point did you realize the one truck situation isn't gonna fly anymore?
It was a long time.
Quite a while.
Yeah.
Quite a while we had one truck.
No fights.
No, we had an
Smooth
agreement.
We
sailing.
didn't have any friends.
The friends that we did have were the same friends.
Yeah.
Same friend group.
Same
Yeah.
same as now.
Well, I guess when you're like same age, you grow up with all the same people.
Yeah.
Both boys. It's like Nate and I shared a car for a while, or I don't know if it was Nate and I or Eric and I, but that's more fights. Boy, girl. Someone's
Yeah.
older, someone's younger.
Totally different friend group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, being twins had helped. What happened to that tonneau cover?
We ripped it off, and I mean, I don't know what we did with it. We just threw it away, I think.
Oh. Well, I know we ripped it off to put the headache rack on, but
Oh, that's when we brought home the black truck. So that I think that first picture was just because that was the 2 of us.
yeah.
So that's when we first bought that truck. Because
So-
that was the idea, was we were buying another truck and we were going to try to fix it up and
So we can have 2 vehicles, and that one on the right was to go 4-wheeling in or do whatever.
and we could drive it on the road. That was the goal, was to fix it up so we could drive it on the road, but we never ended up doing that.
We just thought it looked cool.
So it was hardly ever a functioning vehicle.
Yeah, no, it barely left the yard. It only left the yard to go down the trail. Oh, and then one of the first things, we bought some new tires for the truck.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, so we went on a spree that summer.
I missed the tire picture. That's it.
And
Yes.
then because we thought that truck was cool.
We bought this one for parts to fix up the black one.
But it ended up being in better shape than the black one. So that's actually the Carter's red truck you see outside now.
So whatever happened to the black one? Sold it, junked it, what happened?
Both.
Yeah.
Junked it, then sold it. But the bed for it is still out in the yard. We still have the bed from it.
A plan for it?
Not
Or
really.
just waiting till there's a plan for it?
Just waiting. Just waiting. We have a truck at our parents' house,
4-wheeling in the yard.
driving up on a snowbank.
See, I've missed when the truck looked like that.
Clean.
Clean, really cool, with Dad's fuel tank in the back.
I thought we were saying like, oh, when it looked a little muddy, dirty. It's got like just a little on the side. Nope. Clean is the word we're looking for.
Yeah, well, clean as in like it's not all scratched up,
okay.
not dented up. Oh, and then we decided we were gonna lift it. Where were we getting the money from this? Because I'm looking at this, and I remember when we bought the silver truck, we had
No money.
we maxed out to buy the silver truck, and then I mean, I know we're skipping through here, so do we go through the winter and then in this next summer we went to ballistic or what? Because we just came home with 2 trucks and put a lift kit in the silver one.
Let's see. Oh, it's gonna tell us here.
Okay, so yes, now we're a year later.
Yeah. So we had the truck for a year.
Or wait, it was 2013, right?
No, it was May 2014.
Oh, okay.
So we had the truck for a year, and then we lifted it.
So, and then that's Colin's truck.
Which one?
The blue one.
The blue one. That was right when
So that's Colin's first vehicle.
Yeah, so this was a year after Carter and I got our license. Colin just got his license here. Oh, this, where it's stuck right here, that was a nightmare. That was our first experience ever getting something stuck, and we had no idea what we were doing. We broke the red truck trying to get this one out.
So how'd you eventually give me the lowdown?
Well, it ended up, I don't know, this was in like the afternoon, and we didn't have anything else. I don't even remember what
It was like a
happened.
Sunday afternoon too.
And we were together, and we got it stuck, I think, right?
Just the two of you?
Or was it just one of us? I don't remember. Somehow we ended up getting
Was
back.
that when Cameron came out
But how would Cameron have got out there?
in the 5-ton? Cameron was driving around that guy's.
But why
5-ton.
wouldn't we hook up the 5-ton to the truck, though? I think
Yeah.
we walked back. I think we walked back far enough for somebody to pick us up.
Or did Colin come pick us up?
Nobody drove out to the end of Tumble Down here. I think we walked back to
I don't remember walking though. I feel like I'd remember walking.
I don't know. We ended up having, or maybe it was just one of us out there.
Yeah, could have been.
And then, so this was the aftermath. We ripped the bumper off of it because we were yanking on the bumper.
Wait, finish story number 1. How did we get the truck out?
We tied it onto the bumper of this truck, and we ripped the bumper off, and then so at some point, it eventually came out. We eventually got it out, and I don't remember exactly how.
Before
Yeah.
ripping the bumper off, or
After.
After, yeah. And I remember being so pissed that we did it. Ripped the bumper off.
Yep.
It was miserable. I don't remember a lot of it because it was so miserable. And I think
Look at those boots, though.
add some height.
yeah. I still got a pair of boots that look similar to that. Oh,
And this truck here would have been the one to pull it out with, except for the fact that it must have been broken at the time.
yeah, or it didn't run right.
It seems to
or-
be a common theme.
Yeah. Oh, and then so we got new tires.
After we got stuck, decided it was a time to get new tires.
So we miss when the truck looked like that.
Do we miss
Like
with
that?
it?
Like that?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No, because it looked better in these later pictures. It looked.
Well, like Caleb comes over sometimes, show off his mud on his truck, and I'm like, I'm a masshole, so I don't get it. so I'm like, all right, cool, dirty car, and then he yells at me when my car's dirty.
It's a different thing. And I don't call you a masshole constantly.
Yeah, but
You're making me sound bad.
it's the essence. It's
Yeah.
the essence. I'm
I
not saying
joke
you call
around.
me a masshole.
I joke around.
Yeah.
So
Colin said the 5-ton was from the night the valve stem broke, and I think that's right.
yeah. So in this picture here, this was that fall. Colin.
We would always go 4-wheeling, all of us and our friends. None of them. Oh, I don't have a picture on screen. We would always go 4-wheeling, and none of our friends had a
Here-
big truck, and they
Is
would
that
always
is that
ride
the
with
pumpkin? Is that the pumpkin or is that the 5-ton in front of Colin?
us. That's the 5-ton. You can
Okay,
see
so
it.
Cameron was friends with this old guy who had this big military truck that he would take 4-wheeling. And then Colin wanted to go take his truck 4-wheeling, but Colin's truck wasn't lifted, it didn't have a lot of ground clearance, but this mud hole was pretty easy to get to. And so he tried to go through it anyway and got stuck. almost made it out.
So that's the point, is just like find the biggest pile of mud and see if you can get your truck through it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the biggest mud hole, not a pile.
Sorry, I'm a asshole. I don't get it.
And then this is let's see.
So what our deal was when we bought the silver truck was we were buying it together and we would get it to a point that we felt was equal.
Like you were into it equally?
Yeah, so like it didn't matter how much money we were into each truck because prices changed, but when we both agreed that they were about equal, we had to come to an agreement.
Truck.
The trucks had to equal each other.
Right. Okay.
And so we ended up going half on this truck, which ended up being my truck. And
It's the one that's still out in the yard.
yeah, it's still out there.
Doesn't look that nice though.
Yeah, it was a nice truck.
Some lawn decor. Put some Christmas lights on it.
Yeah, maybe. I need to get rid of it, but it was a nice truck. Was a nice looking truck, and really ruined it. But it was all in good fun. So still didn't have it lifted or anything. We just had the one truck, and I was driving around the not so cool one, and Carter was driving the cooler one.
But that was by his choice. You chose.
Yeah, I chose that one because it was a crew cab and not a extended cab.
I gave you the option. I didn't care.
So when you're going out and doing all what we call it, four-wheeling?
Yeah.
It's where you do, like, is there like places that are like, that's where we go, or is it just like hop off into the woods somewhere?
No, we had like one spot that we would go.
Oh, okay.
There was other spots we would venture to, but we ended up just getting comfortable in our one spot, and we would just go to the one spot.
But is it like a designated spot where like people go there to do that, or is it just
It's a
like
road.
Yeah,
an
That's a
actual road?
Yeah, it's like a town road.
they call them
How
class
does it
6
get
roads.
like that?
It's because it's a town road, but it's unmaintained.
Okay.
So it's not a maintained area, but the town, if they want to, they have rights to the road, basically.
And that's just what it's used for, pretty much. Or are you being a little bit of a nuisance going in there, chopping it up, and then?
Definitely being a little bit of a nuisance by going in and ripping it up, but.
But there's nothing. But it's allowed.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just passing from point A to point B.
Just because you spin your tires a little bit.
I was just trying to see if there was any, I had the video of that going through that ice. Dead air.
Yeah.
My
Well,
bad,
you should
I'm
have been.
staring
You
to
should have been
look at the
looking.
video. I'm trying to look at the video.
Get us a new picture. So then in the spring, I go back a picture. In the spring, we lifted it, and so at this point right here, we considered them equal. Carter's was lifted. Arguably, he had the worst truck because it wasn't a crew cab, so that detracted
Curtis's
a little
truck
bit.
also had leather.
Mine was a fully loaded. It had leather, Bose sound system, that type of thing. So we agreed right here they were equal. I still didn't have big tires. Carter had the big tires. I needed to get some. So then go to the next picture. Then we took the tires off of that black truck, and I cut the shit out of the front fender to try to make it fit. And I drove it a little bit like that. It was cool. But the steering was all messed up. Like, it would get death wobble really bad. So
This was just like you had him on there for an afternoon. And
I think I had him on there for like a week.
Was it that long?
Yeah, I would drive around town with it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I couldn't drive it with those.
Were you working for Grandpa at this time?
Were you working for Rob?
I think I must have been.
Yeah, I was still working. I mean, I wasn't doing anything else. So, yeah, because this was before I went to school for sure. Because, yeah, so that was a picture of both of them. And that's up. I don't know if I've taken you there yet or not.
That's one of the places we would go four-wheeling. this is where how I miss
What?
my truck.
Hold on, go back.
I was gonna say where, because you said I don't know if I've taken you there or not, and then that was it. I don't know either. You don't know. I don't know where
no,
it is.
I don't think
I don't
I
see you
definitely
ever
haven't.
done
I
that.
definitely haven't because we walked up to Copple Crown. This is Tumble Down Dick Road. It's a different road, but this was one of our other spots that we would go.
Okay.
And you could drive up, and then that's a cliff in front of the truck. So you drive up to the edge of a cliff.
Yep.
And then, so Carter ended up buying himself new wheels and tires for his truck, and I got the old ones.
So then you can drive it.
So then I could go four-wheeling with my truck. And I don't remember if I bought them from Carter or if he just gave them to me. But
Yeah. And then work finally finally started to resume work on our old trucks like 2 years after.
yeah, so we decided.
That's weird.
Yeah, we decided this red truck was in better shape than the black truck. The black truck was basically had nothing good about it other than a lift kit. So we decided we'd take the lift kit out of the black one and put it in this red one. And we did it in the driveway in the dirt. And probably now it wouldn't be that bad. But at the time, we didn't really know what we were doing. Clearly, look at the mess we got going on right there.
This to me, if you didn't tell me, you have no idea what you're doing. I have no idea what I'm looking at. Looks good. All right.
Yeah, we had the idea. We kind of had an idea, but we really didn't have that much.
I would say the difference now is being handier with tools. It's being able to use a tool a little bit better.
And probably access to more.
Yeah, true. That jack came from Grandpa Bob and hardly worked at all. This here was near my parents' house. This was probably the stupidest thing I ever did, to be honest.
Because there was nowhere to go. This is where he literally just dove off into the woods for this one.
Yeah, this one was a dive off into the woods, and they were calling it the Chevy Eater.
Yeah. No, they were calling it the Everything Eater.
Oh yeah, the Everything Eater.
This spot?
This spot was called the Everything Eater. I do think there was a way to get through it, but for some reason I thought, I can do it.
Did you ever get through it?
No, that's where I ended up. And
Yeah.
I
And you
think
never tried again?
No,
No.
I broke the truck right here.
Oh.
Yeah. So
So that was enough to call it.
yeah.
Did anyone else ever try?
No, because it was a mess. It was a mess getting this out, but it wasn't quite as bad because they had a piece of equipment. They had that backhoe, and they ended up having to build he ended up
Jeez.
building a little road in to get to it. But that was probably the worst thing I ever did to that truck. And so these were some other kids in town that had trucks. We're not really friends anymore, but
Wait, so the other one, when you got it stuck, you said they
Yeah.
were calling it the Chevy Eater or
the
the
Everything
Eater.
Everything Eater.
But who's they? Because clearly somebody inspired you to say, I could do that.
Yeah, these kids.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, peer pressure. The kids that had these two trucks. So they lived. So the one with the red truck there, he lived right down the street. He was a next door neighbor to my parents, but we weren't really that.
Yeah.
We weren't really friends with him.
You'll have to have Curtis point it out to you where the Everything Eater is. It's right on Moose Mountain Road. You
Yeah.
can pretty
Okay.
much see it right from the road.
Yeah. So these two kids, we kind of, because Carter and I, at this point, all summer long, we were riding around with our trucks. We were always together, following each other around. So everyone, not going to lie, everybody thought we were cool,
Yeah.
Right, naturally.
obviously. At least, maybe not everybody, but the kids our age wanted to be us, for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
I would say so. Everybody knew who we were.
The thing is, and this is what I said to him,
Small town
is,
stuff.
is like, where I grew up, this was like, all right, type of behavior. And he's like, no, that's like the cool thing around here. And I'm like, I don't see it.
It wasn't cool for everybody,
Well, and that's the thing, because for me, it's like, around here, like you said, small town stuff, like, for me, it's like, Londonderry is a smaller town in southern New Hampshire, but it's still like anyone who's doing this is like, you think you're a hick, knock it off. Like you're just not.
You're
So-
being a poser.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
because like you've been around there enough. Where are you going in southern New Hampshire to engage in this behavior? Where?
I think there's spots that you just don't know about.
Maybe. just drive into a pond probably because that's the only thing I could see. It's just not like here. It's like it feels like that's what people do. It's like this is a quote nothing to do town. Like this is the thing to do.
Yeah.
Londonderry was never a nothing to do town. It's like there's everything around, and this just wasn't what people did. So that's why I say, like, for me, I always was like, knock it off. This is oddball behavior. But then here it's like it's not the same. So
Yeah.
I'm sure when you say everyone wanted to be us, it's like, yeah, they probably did. But in Londonderry, it was like everyone was like, yeah, all right.
Well,
take it down a notch there, pal.
Yeah, we were also 18 here with some cool trucks, and I mean, I don't know. I think it was not everybody had not at 18 around here. Not everybody even had their own vehicle. So
Yeah, because
Right. Well, and that's the other thing. Like, people that were doing this where I grew up are like, their dad bought them the truck and they fixed it up, and then now they're just off screwing around. Like,
yeah.
it's just not the same at all.
So, I was gonna say in that picture that was like an early snow, and I was trying to fix my truck so the power steering pump blew up in it, and so now Colin upgraded from his Dakota to now to this white Dodge truck, and there's a broken CV axle.
I don't know what that means.
See the thing dangling?
Well, yeah.
That's what that is. It just makes the tire spin.
And that's what's broken with the truck now.
That's like, in
Yeah.
in The Office, when I don't remember exactly what they're talking about, bankruptcy. Michael Scott's going bankrupt, and they're like, explain it to me like I'm a first grader. Like, that's where I'm at right now. Explain it to me like I'm a first grader. I feel like Michael Scott. That's what you said. That's what makes what'd you say? That's what makes the wheel turn. That's what I need, not.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. So this was that same red truck, and this was kind of a big deal because this is power lines. This is illegal, and this is like in the middle of Rochester. This kid drove out there. I don't know what he was thinking. He drove out there and got stuck. So we got the call. Did Owen call us, or did Josiah?
Yeah, no, it was Owen. He just asked us if we wanted to go. He was going down there, and he asked us if we wanted to go help him.
Yeah. So we went down and to give him a hand. Oh, I guess that was the end of it.
Yeah.
Helped him get out. Making progress again.
So last picture you said he drove out there. That's illegal. What happens? You're out there. Cops drive by. Then what?
I think they would probably would make you get towed out. They probably would make you.
Oh, you're not. Then you're no longer allowed. So you just got lucky.
And you get a ticket out. And you get a ticket.
But you just got lucky. You just happened to be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we wouldn't have been into trouble anyway because we weren't doing anything. We just came to.
Right.
We just came to the
yeah,
rescue.
for that kid.
Yeah. We never went out on any power lines. We weren't rule breakers like that.
Yeah.
We only did legal.
Weren't that? Yeah.
We tried to keep it in between the lines of the law. So, finally making progress. What time of year is this now? Now we're getting into fall. I think we must have started this springtime.
Yeah.
No, this is spring. So, no, we made it through the winter we must have pulled the truck away or something. I don't even know. Go back to the picture when it was snowing when there was snow on the ground.
Oops.
So we must have just started ripping it apart early spring then. Go back to the first picture. I'm just curious.
There's no way that was April, but the red truck.
Yeah. No. Back. The one where the axle was laying on the ground. So we had no idea what we were doing. Because the truck hasn't moved from that point. Okay, so March. Yeah, so early spring we decided let's get the lift swapped out. So we must have had a late snow. And that's why there was snow on the ground. All right, continue on.
Yes. Oh yeah, you can see it ripped apart in the back of this picture here.
Yeah. So anyway, we finally got the lift done in it, and we drive it around a little bit here and there, but didn't really do much with it. That was the gang after a 4-wheeling trip.
Who's the gang?
So we got
in the gang.
Zach is in the middle, then Colin, and then Josiah is on the right side.
Yep.
And then
That was
Carter and
me,
I's truck.
Curtis, Zach, Colin, Josiah.
And finally got the truck kind of finished up and cleaned up. And that's about where it is now.
I fixed the rust on it. That's why eventually it got to the point where Curtis didn't want to work on it
I
anymore,
didn't have any money to work on it.
and he didn't want to work on it. So
I wanted to, I just didn't have any money to. I was going to school and hardly working.
And he didn't want to.
and he didn't want to.
I did. I needed money though.
Yeah. So we ended up working out a price, and then I bought the truck from him for whatever we decided it was worth. I can't remember now, but I ended up buying Curtis out of this.
$1,500, I think.
I think it was more than that. It was enough for you to buy new tires for your truck. Oh, there's more of the gang.
I think that's what it was. I think I wanted to spend my money on something else and not on the truck or something like that. So yeah, that was the gang for again. Grew a little bit. Now Logan had a truck, and Sheldon's truck was there for some reason.
Oh, what's with the tractor on the end there that had to make the shot?
That was Cameron's
Okay.
tractor. So Cameron had the Ford Ranger. Actually, it was a Mazda truck on the left side. That white truck all the way to the left.
Yeah.
That's a little truck, and that was Cameron's truck for a while. And he also had that tractor.
So you just said, throw it in there. We'll
Yeah.
call it a truck for today.
Yeah,
Starts with a T. Close enough.
Yep. We just thought we were cool, so we had them on.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading the comments.
Very nice.
There's a bunch of comments here from
Lots of engagement.
yeah, but
Good.
not so much about the trucks, but
About what?
I'll see if I can pull it up here so you can see. Can you read that? Oh, sorry. We got a comment from Matthew White. Do you guys need sponsors? Yes, we do.
Yeah, we give you sponsors. NBC, we will do you just right. Who's Jeep?
Not sure.
I don't. Do we ever go with?
Santa's breakfast.
Oh, is that Travis? No. Santa's breakfast tomorrow. It'll be somebody from.
Oh.
Matt CRV.
Oh, it's,
Oh, Tom, you never took your Jeep 4-wheeling.
don't forget his Jeep.
Tom, you never took your Jeep 4-wheeling. Come on.
Yeah, not with us anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
Matt CRV though, baby, that thing would never get stuck.
yeah, let me see. I was gonna see. That was clean right there. Oh, there's another one. Curtis's trucks.
Yeah, I bought that one for a little while. That was my commuter for a while.
I've never seen that one, I don't think.
I sold that one.
Yeah, but I'm surprised it's not on your Instagram or anything.
It is.
Oh, maybe I don't look that hard.
Just another truck to you.
Probably.
I think. Oh, there's that.
Take us to find some videos. Because we're kind of at a stall point. I mean, we could go to my truck if you want, but
I think we talked about that on the podcast, Tom. We how you we push your Jeep across a parking lot, stuck it in neutral.
Is this whatever
yeah.
the Jeep was?
what?
When you said something about there was a point in one podcast you just said something
No.
about the Jeep
No, the Jeep.
and that was it.
No, but we could probably find that video.
And I'm still to this day wonder what the Jeep means.
So
Yeah,
I don't know. Is this?
that was a good video. My truck.
Oh, that's. I'm already stuck. Which one? This one?
No, the one of me going through that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me turn the volume up. Dead air. Dead air.
So this was a trail. We called the Rock Garden because at the other end was just a big, what it sounds like, garden of rocks. And Colin's right. That wasn't that bad. That was a pretty easy one to get through. Kind of the idea, all of them that we went through. Oh, the black truck video. That's a good one. Go up. Go up. Go up.
I was just trying to see.
Or not.
This one?
Yeah. So this is when we eventually fixed up the black truck and we were going to take it to the mud runs. I know that. We finally got it to a point where it was drivable and took a four-wheel in to test it out.
Should have raised the idle before you drove in there.
I was having trouble getting into gear. I think it's so you can watch it as it comes out here. It starts. Well,
Does it come out?
yeah, it does come out. I backed up a little bit and then took off again. And you can see the front end start to hop. I blew up the front axle here, and that's why we never took it to the mud runs. Right there, that blew up. Woo!
No, it's broke the axle. Broke the axle first try. Did I break it? Stop moving. Universal's gone. No, it's the whole axle though. I don't think you can fix that.
Well, see, I didn't even need to commentate because it's all in the video. Yeah, I mean, I think. Oh, there's the Jeep. The Jeep right there.
This is the Jeep.
The Jeep. Oh, not a good video of it. But that is the Jeep that I was referencing. There's probably oh, right there. That's it right there. Matt was there. I think this is Matt's video right here.
Jeez.
I didn't have that on stream.
I'm pretty sure this is Matt's video.
Yeah,
If Matt's still watching. Jesus Christ.
It's on. This is on Caleb's YouTube channel, A Better Angle.
And this to me is where my mom instincts kick in and I go, "Oh god. That looks scary." And that's why I was just saying, we were talking earlier, I said I will appreciate it for my sons someday, but if I have sons, but for me, it scares me.
Is this after? This is after the fact, right, or not?
No, that was that was right before you went in. So this was the mud runs. We went to the mud runs one year.
So elaborate, what is that?
Mud runs. It's where everyone camps out and watches trucks drive into the mud.
Who's
Basically,
everyone?
Anyone who wants to go.
It's like a big public event.
Yeah, you pay to get in. It's like the fair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but really what it boils down to is it's the place where you go to underage drink.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
private property. The police aren't allowed in, type of thing, unless somebody dies. And so, all kinds of kids are walking around drinking, and that's really what it boils down to. But it's
yeah, I don't think anybody in this frame is 21.
white trash party.
So the same kids that are drinking are driving these trucks?
Yeah, a lot of times.
Very nice.
So this was called the Money Pit. Was it the Money Pit?
Bounty hole is what
Bounty
they call it.
So it's like there's multiple different, there's like different places. There's somebody, there like
Well, so this
different
was kind of the
spots to drive into, or this
Yes.
is where everybody is,
This
or
is-
there's like people on the other side over there.
Okay, so this is where everybody is during the day. On the other side, where you see the all those trucks going by,
Yeah.
there's actually a legitimate competition where not everybody is hammered. This is just where the general public goes and gets and does stupid stuff. If you want to be part of the competition, you can be, but we never were part of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Was that something you would go to watch? Like, what's the competition? See how far you can get.
Yeah, it's see how fast you can make it through, more or less. There's see how fast you can make it through. There's also like races and just different truck events, like races or jumping. There's trucks that jump.
Is there a technique to all this, or is it just hit the gas and pray?
More or less.
Yeah.
Hit the gas. I mean, I would say there is a technique because there's you can do things to avoid breaking your truck.
Right. Well, like if Joe Schmo hopped in there and just stomped on the gas.
I would say there must be a little bit of a technique.
It's more of a
because-
technique to the parts you have on your truck. It's not so much the driving it; it's how good of parts you have. Really,
There's a skill to driving too. I mean,
there's both, but I would say more to do with the parts.
upgrading your truck to just make it through the situations you're
Yeah.
putting it in.
Yeah. Let's see.
And is it all things like everyone's
we got
doing
for-
it themselves? Like you're upgrading your truck yourself. You're not bringing it to a shop and having them do the work for you. Is that like frowned upon?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
Definitely.
that's cheating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Work on it yourself. Build it up yourself.
So you could have the nicest parts, but if you're a little bit of a numbskull, it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
much.
I would say bringing your truck to a garage to have it worked on is like having your dad build it or pay for it for you.
Yeah.
Similar.
Yeah, because you also need to know how to work on it because you're taking it out of the woods and you're breaking it, and sometimes you got to get it back home broken. So you don't always. So you need to have some idea about the truck
Right.
before while you're taking it four wheeling. So the mud runs, that was probably the peak time of our four wheeling career, I would say.
No, it had to have been when we pulled Blaze's cousin.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you had that video.
Uh,
You'd have to go on. It's on Cassie's Instagram, I think.
Is this a pre-made album, or is this like
We made this
you
album.
made this specifically for this podcast?
No, we just add to it. I haven't gone through and added to it for a while, but for a while I was keeping track of and adding to it all the time.
was it after the mud runs or was it before?
Pulling the truck out?
Yeah.
I think it was after, right? No, it must have been before.
I was just trying to find the.
Yeah, it was before. Because we were working on the garage. Because that was the night before. We were going to the Deerfield Fair, and that was the night before you had food poisoning.
Or rabies, one or the other. No, I don't see.
You'd have to go on our Instagram, I think, to probably to find it. I know it's there. I didn't ever have the video personally.
Anyway, we'll have to see what Caleb thinks of this episode.
How long are we in now?
50 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it was semi-entertaining, but I think you had to be watching it, and I think we could have structured it a little bit better.
This was.
We haven't really got to.
Oh, this is all on your Instagram, so Cassidy's seen this.
Yeah, you must have seen this a little bit. Me working on this blue truck. Go up to the burnout video.
Where was that? Up higher.
Yeah, right there.
This one.
This is right after I got the truck running.
And this is in celebration.
Yeah.
It runs.
Yep.
Let's celebrate.
And for some reason, Allie recorded that video. Yep. Yeah, I was just testing it out.
Yep.
Blaze had a truck for a short while too.
Yeah, that black. This one over here. Oops.
And that was also my truck on the right side there. I had that one for a little while, but I sold that one.
Big Trump sticker across the back.
Yeah, if you go up, you can see it, I think. Right there. On the right side. Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Yep. That was when he got elected the first time, I think.
Had already been elected, or this is prior to election day?
I think this was prior. This was just before May. So,
May.
it was before the election. He
year
was running.
Okay. I thought you said just before. So I'm like, what? Election's in
yeah.
November.
Yeah.
It was May just before.
Yeah. It was midway through his
Right,
running
right.
for it.
Yeah.
Coming down to it.
So you came out on the right side. That's always that's always like a little bit of a yike moment. You go around now seeing all the Harris Waltz, and I'm like, ooh, that's a little embarrassing.
Tom wants us to pull out the static montage. You think he's still watching?
Doubt it.
Why? What do we have for live viewers?
5. Possible. Yeah, we'll save that for another day.
Go into the video games another time.
Yep, video games another time. That was just a long but brief history of the trucks we've owned.
Spark notes.
Yeah, and I feel like I could have got definitely the spark notes, because you could have got a lot more.
Yeah.
The problem is having to explain it like I'm a first grader really slows down the amount you can fit in.
Yeah, there's well, and it's, I mean, that album spans 7 years, plus there's another 6 on top of it. See, Tom's still on, Carter.
Nice. Locked in another viewer. Tom, I would say this podcast is on the boring side. You should go watch our other ones. Same with Matt. If you haven't already.
The last episode.
Caleb's a lot better at keeping the conversation going, and usually we're talking a little bit more. So this was more of because Caleb is busy. I don't know if he must have told you that the podcast was going on, I would say.
Wow, Colin's still here?
Yeah, Colin will have to get on the episode too, and we can get on. I don't know if you're how long you're in town for, Matt, and Tom, but yeah, live is always better for watching, I feel like. But we'll have to get people on the podcast when they're in town. We get Matt. We'll have to get Matt. Fucking asshole. He was sitting at the pub. Caleb
Couldn't have been bothered to come on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm just joking. I don't know what he was doing. He could have been at the pub.
All right, so it's a new year then. Yeah, so after you move back, Matt, you have to come on the show. Bring Tom with you.
I think Matt said he's going to be at Breakfast with Santa tomorrow, so have to get him on. If he's going to be on Monday or whatever.
Oh, yeah, if he's in town. If he wants to.
Yeah. Come check out the studio. But did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, I don't think so. I think, like I said, I think that was pretty much the gist. The gist. We had trucks. We went four-wheeling.
Very nice. Foreign world to me.
Yeah.
The Southerners.
Do you like me more now? Or do you like me less?
More than when?
The start of the episode.
Beginning of the show.
Same, neutral. Doesn't change my opinion.
All
either
that
way.
money wasted.
It's just because I'm a Southerner.
Yeah.
People from Massachusetts, they don't understand.
Yeah, right.
A lot of southern people
Concrete
like trucks.
jungle, you know.
Yeah.
What?
A lot of southern people like trucks.
We'll see you on Monday night.